Hello everyone, and welcome back. And today, it's Christmas!
And you know, one of my favorite things about Christmas, Josie, is gingerbread cookies.
So today, we're making gingerbread cookies.
From scratch.
Yep.
So let's go into the kitchen, shall we?
Yep. Let's go.
So here's all the ingredients we're gonna need.
We have some unsalted butter, some dark brown sugar, some molasses, an egg, 1 bottle of pure vanilla extract. We have some all-purpose flour, some pure baking soda, some sea salt, ground ginger. We have ground cinnamon, ground allspice, and ground cloves. And the recipe actually says them in that order that I said them. Always remember, never bake without adult supervision. So first we are going to whip 10 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Throw it in there. Get that in. Now I need to wash my hands because this butter is really sticky. Always remember, wash your hands before and after cooking, and a lot in the middle too, to keep the cooking out of viruses and sickness.
And now we're gonna whip it with our new fancy KitchenAid mixer.
We got it for Christmas. Now we're gonna add 3/4 cup of brown sugar and 2/3 cup of molasses and whip. Oh, we should lower this, shouldn't we? Lower that. Okay. Now I can pour that all in there. It's really chunky, so it's a pain to measure in this measuring cup. But the molasses is very liquidy. And it's very strong too, so you're gonna taste it in the final product, but it tastes good, so don't worry. Now we have to whip. I don't know what to call it, whip.
All right, let me plug it in. I always unplug it when we're putting stuff in there just for safety.
Yeah, because
and then I forgot to plug it
the
back in.
rule about it is that you're not allowed to put your hands in it when it's plugged in, because then it might start going unexpected and then you'll hurt yourself.
That's right. So
we're
now
not
I plugged
allowed
it
to do
in
that.
and we're ready.
It's whipping and it's turning delicious colors. Okay, so now we have to crack an egg and do a few other things. I don't know what we have to do. I forgot.
We gotta crack an egg. We gotta add a teaspoon of vanilla.
What he said.
And then I gotta scrape the sides down before we blend it up. So you crack the egg, I'll scrape the sides down, and then we'll add vanilla. Cool?
Again, what he said, yeah.
All right, come crack the egg.
Here's the egg. Okay. I just pressed on it and
Nice.
that was easy. This is a teaspoon, and we are going to put 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract into this deliciousness. Well, it's going to be delicious, so let's go. Put it over the bowl so you don't spill it on your counter. Oh.
That's perfect. That's plenty.
Yeah.
Maybe just half of that spoon now. You know, sometimes you gotta work with what you got.
I think I should just do a little bit of drop.
Oh.
I like vanilla. I have to put the egg in here. And then you take this, and then you pour it in here like that.
Now we're gonna whip this on high speed. I like to start at medium first, and then I'll build up to high. That's beautiful.
Beautiful golden brown, actually. Right now, at the moment, it kind of looks like barbecue. dwarf, but later it'll be a beautiful golden
Don't
brown.
say that on our cooking show. What is wrong with you?
It does. I'm telling the people the truth.
So next we're going to sift 3½ cups of flour into this bowl and mix the rest of the spices in a separate bowl from the wet mix. Go ahead, Josie.
Okay, and this is gonna make the flour blend in with all the other spices better. There's a handle right here with a squeezer. You squeeze the squeezer and then it just sieves out the flour. Can you see it? It's so cool and it's really fine flour. So it's really nice because it comes out really fine. And the flour is actually really chunky if you look from the top, so it's really helpful. It takes a while though.
You want me to help?
No. It exercises your muscles for sure. I'm gonna change hands. Until both of my hands get tired, I'm not gonna stop for help because I like doing this. I like helping so I can say that I've done something and I can take some credit.
You want me to help?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe this wasn't a great idea because like 3½ cups of flour, man, that's a lot of flour.
Yeah, it's a lot of flour, but it's worth it because it makes it so fine to blend in with all these other spices.
I haven't even got a quarter cup yet. I think this looked really cool at the store, but I'm over it. This is the way to get carpal tunnel or overuse syndrome. Okay, I give up. All right.
No, we don't have fine flour.
Yeah,
Now I have
this
to crush it to make
This is not the right kind of sifter. And we're gonna have a teaspoon
1 teaspoon
of baking soda,
baking soda. The power of baking soda.
½ a teaspoon of salt,
Half a teaspoon of salt, yeah, and then mix that in with the flour and the baking soda.
next a tablespoon of ground ginger. I do this over a separate bowl because it's really kind of hard to
Get that stuff out. And vanilla's good, so there's that.
Okay, then we need a tablespoon of ground cinnamon,
Tablespoon of ground cinnamon.
½ a teaspoon of allspice,
Half a teaspoon of allspice right there.
½ a teaspoon of ground cloves.
And half a teaspoon of ground cloves.
Love
I'm
it.
copying him. I love it. And now we get
Now
to
you
use
mix it up.
this.
Go for it, girl.
whisk. So it's gonna turn like an off-white or light brown eventually.
So now we need to slowly blend the dry mix into the wet mix, and that's going to make our dough.
Translated, we need to slowly pour it like a waterfall into the mixture and then mix. Yeah. Okay, so now we need to beautifully pour this in like a waterfall. And look at that. Look at that. Look at it mixing. It's turning that beautiful golden brown color that we want it to be. And look at it mixing. It looks so nice.
Oh, I wish you could smell it. I wish they could
Smells
smell
like
it.
Christmas.
Beautiful. Okay, we've whipped all of our gingerbread dough up, or however you say that.
We mixed it together like a beautiful waterfall.
Yes, we did. So now, all we got to do is take this out and put it in 2 blobs of this cellophane and put it in the refrigerator for 3 hours. I like to do it overnight if I can. It just makes it easier. First thing, let's get what we can get off of here. And of course, Josie can lick the rest.
Peel it off, and yeah, I'm gonna lick the rest.
Okay, so we just gotta pull out make two blobs of this on some saran wrap or cling wrap, whatever you want to call it. You kind of put it into a disc and then that's how you freeze it. I don't know why, I guess because that makes it easy to roll out, don't you think, Josie?
Yeah. Look at how amazing he's doing it, how circular it is, how perfect it is that he's doing it.
Thank you, honey. And there you have it, sports fans.
That's how perfect it is.
Let's do one more.
Yeah, we gotta do 2.
Okay, blob number 2. I'm just gonna take this knife to my hands are clean, but I always would rather use utensils because I don't want to get all that sticky on me.
So again, you wrap it up in green and make it beautiful. You don't have to make it beautiful if you're not a good wrapper.
Yeah, if you don't have green cling wrap, don't feel bad. Don't let them see in our refrigerator. 3 hours in the fridge.
Yeah.
Okay, we got our dough. It's time to roll it out. So let's go ahead and sprinkle some flour out on our mat.
Okay, I'm just gonna put a pile of flour and then spread it out.
You want to get it on your hands, get it all over the roller.
Okay, like kind of roll it in
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
It's a good way to like spread it out and get the roller kind of covered.
It's really sticky, so this flour really helps.
Cover your hands all in.
Okay.
Cover the sides out. You're gonna take the dough and watch how it magically doesn't stick to my hands. You get a ton of flour on it so it for sure doesn't stick to the rolling pin. And then you want to roll it out to about 1/4 inch.
Nice job. We got gingerbread men, cookie cutters, and snowman, ginger women hearts, unicorn trees, bells, candy cane.
I have to pick this up, being careful of it. I'm gonna move this one a little bit so I can get through here. And now you take the cookies up and you try to keep them nice. And let me peel that excess off. Okay, and then you lay them on the pan beautifully. Okay, and now we get to lay the cookies up on the baking sheet. So you take the cookie, and if it falls out immediately, don't worry. Let it fall into your hand, and then you lay it on the mat.
So something I want to try is taking melted butter and then lightly basting it on the gingerbread cookies before we cook them. I heard that makes them yummy, and I also think that it kind of gets rid of that flour so we can decorate them. Okay, so now that we've got the cookies ready, we're ready to put them in the oven. I've got my handy oven mitts that we got in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Are you ready to assist me on this, Josie?
Am I your sous chef?
You are my sous chef. Hand it over, sous chef.
Okay, I'll hand this over. Chef. I don't call you as a sous chef.
Call me
About to call
Baker.
you sous chef.
We got them both in the oven. We're gonna set that clock to 9 minutes and come back and check it out. Josie, they're ready.
Yeah!
Let's check them.
Okay, let me get through. Excuse me. Can I have my gloves?
Yeah, you take the gloves and I'll get the matching mitts. Gloves are
Gloves.
so. All right, pull the lid down. Have the door open.
Gently.
Let me get this off the top
This is my
first.
first time.
And then I'm gonna let I'll let you get the bottom.
This is my first time dealing with an oven,
Yeah,
but
Can you
I'm
reach in there?
under supervision.
certainly are. Okay. There you are. Very good. Okay, we're gonna let these things cool for 5 minutes at least.
Delicious.
Okay guys, our gingerbread cookies are cooling. This was part 1 of making gingerbread cookies. Stay tuned for part 2, decorating gingerbread cookies.
Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit the bell so you don't miss any of our newest videos.
Bye!
Bye!